Well, I suppose I should start by saying my name is Wars. Though back then, I didn't even know the sound of my own name. You see, I was born into a world of silence. Truso was a town alive with sound, or so I'm told. The cries of gulls, the clash of sword on shield, the laughter spilling from taverns. But to me, it was all a pantomime. I was nearly deaf from birth. The world to me was a place of distant movements and muffled echoes. This was my reality. Every day a silent struggle to understand and to connect. But in this silence I learned to see the world differently. The other children, they weren't kind. They called me sea-deaf, cursed, touched by silence. I didn't need to hear to understand their cruelty. But I learned to find beauty in the silence, in the way sunlight danced on water and the gentle sway of trees in the wind. The world spoke to me in its own way. And then he arrived. The merchant? I didn't know it then, but his coming would change everything. There was something in his eyes, a hunger, for what I didn't yet understand.
Mermaids, you say? Here?
I found solace by the river. In the silence, I could imagine sounds the way the water must sing, the gossip of birds in the trees. In those moments, I felt connected to something greater than myself, as if the very earth was speaking to me in a language beyond sound. But nothing could have prepared me for what happened next. It was as if the river itself was holding its breath. In that moment I saw her, Sawa. And though I couldn't hear her song, I felt it in my very soul. It was like a melody written in light and water. It was like seeing color for the first time after a lifetime of gray. In her eyes I saw a world of possibilities I never knew existed. Little did I know, this was the moment my silent world would shatter forever. The moment that would lead me on an adventure beyond my wildest dreams. With Sawa, I was about to discover a new language of the heart. How can I explain what happened next? Imagine living your entire life in silence, and then suddenly, she reached for me with music. I felt it wrap around my skull, seep into my bones. There was pressure, an ache, and then...
I can hear.
Welcome to the world of sound, Wars.
Her voice... Oh, how can I describe it? Like sunlight on skin after a long winter. Like the first bite of a ripe fruit. It was... everything. Sawa didn't just teach me to hear. She taught me to listen. To the voices of fish, the laughter of dolphins, the ancient songs of the sea itself.
Well, close your eyes, Wars. Listen with your heart.
In those moments, I fell in love. First with her laugh like chimes in the breeze. Then her eyes deep and kind. Then her wisdom, gentle and old as the sea itself.
La la la, is this right?
Almost. Try again like this.
We found a secret place, where walls of quartz hummed with ancient energy. There, we were free. We whispered dreams, held each other beneath moonlight, sang duets that made the very water vibrate. The world had changed. Or perhaps I had. Every sound was a gift, a miracle. But I soon learned that not everyone saw it that way.
The mermaid. You must have seen her. Tell me everything.
The merchant's obsession grew. He saw Sawa not as a soul, but as a possession. A treasure to be claimed. I could feel the danger growing. The merchant's words poisoned the air, turning my beloved town into a place of whispers and suspicion. I knew I had to protect Sawa, but how?
My people once lived freely with humans, but greed and cruelty drove us into hiding.
I should have known our happiness couldn't last. The world was changing, growing louder, harsher. and in the shadows, greed was stirring.
I won't let anything happen to you, Sawa. I promise.
Oh, wars.
You know, it's strange. Even as our world filled with wonder, a shadow was growing. I was too in love, too naive to see it coming. The signs were there, hidden in plain sight.
Today we claim our prize. The mermaid will be mine.
I was lost in a dream, you see. Every sound, every moment with Sawa was a gift I never thought I'd have. The world seemed brighter, more alive than ever before. I wanted to surprise her, to create a moment as beautiful as she was. If only I'd known. If only I'd sensed the danger lurking just beyond our little paradise.
Wars?
As the sun set, fear began to creep in. Where was she? Had something happened? The silence that had once been my constant companion now felt oppressive, suffocating.
No.
I'd never felt true terror until that moment. The cage. I knew she was in there. The world I thought I understood suddenly became alien, threatening.
Sawa.
Ah, the deaf boy. Not so deaf anymore, I see. Take him.
Let her go, please!
Wars.
In that moment, my world shattered again. But this time, the silence that fell was deafening. As I watched them take her, I felt something inside me break. But from that break, something new was born. A determination I'd never known. A strength I didn't realize I possessed.
I will find you, Sawa. I promise.
You know, there's a moment when fear turns to fury, when despair becomes determination. For me, that moment came as I watched Sawa disappear into the night. I remembered what Sawa taught me about the mind link, about the ancient songs of the sea. And in that moment of utter desperation, I reached out.
Please, help me save her.
What devilry is this?
Sawa, where are you?
Wars. You came. I knew you would.
Always. I'll always come for you, Sawa. I promise.
You'll not take my prize, boy.
She's not a prize. She's a person, a soul. Something you'll never understand. Your greed has blinded you to the true treasures of this world.
Together?
Together?
In that moment, suspended between sea and sky, life and death, I realized something profound. The greatest gift Sawa gave me was a sound. It was love.
You saved me, Wars. You risked everything.
No, Sawa, we saved each other. You gave me a reason to be brave.
And so our story began anew. Not as a mermaid and a deaf boy, but as two souls who found each other across the divide of land and sea. You might think this is where our tale ends, but really, it was just the beginning of a much greater adventure.